Evan got him a deer last night, and I keep getting some questions from folks to do a video on butchering the deer. So I know there's a lot of these videos out there. I'm going to show you how we do it to get it in the sink and on ice quick. I have a work sink in the garage that I can put the meat on, get everything iced down, cooled off quick, and then we can finish butchering it later, packing the meat up, and so forth. But I'm going to show you how we do it. I know a lot of you guys probably send the deer off or drop it off at a place that processes the deer for you. That's great, but you don't even know if you're getting your own deer back, what they throw in a grinder. If you start processing your own deer, which is not that hard, you'll know exactly what goes into the meat that you're getting, and you'll know you're getting the meat from the deer you killed. So stay tuned, we'll get right on this thing. So here's the doe Evan got. Pretty good sized doe. Just going to show you how we butcher this thing. Put that over there and find my knife. Give me a knife. Either one. There'll be links to some of the stuff like this meat hook. If you don't have one of these meat hooks, you need one. Grab that. When you're hitting the shoulders and cutting them loose, get up against those ribs and take it. Yeah, thanks for holding that. Take it up, because there's a lot of meat up there that's part of the shoulder that you can get. See, I'd follow that right around. That's backstrap. We don't want to mess with that. And right on off. Shoulders come off pretty easy like that. And you get them out of your way of everything else. One shoulder.
One potato.
One potato. Then we get the other shoulder there. Same thing. Cut him up kind of high. This is not difficult, just follow the bone. Got the left-handed one here. So there's the other front shoulder. Alright, those are off. Now next thing I'm going to do, get some of this fat out of the way, and some of this flank meat out of the way. Okay. Now I'm going to use that flank meat, so I'm just going to let that hang right there, get it out of the way of these tenderloins. One of the most important things you want to get out of that deer is these tenderloins right here. These little football-shaped pieces. Now they go way up in here. So what you want to do is get onto the spine, right in the middle, and follow that spine up into that hind quarter a little bit, like that. Take your fingers and get behind this piece, because it's really not connected by much. And that'll help guide you on where it goes up in the hind quarter for that loin. So that thing goes way up in there. You don't want to leave that in the hind quarter. Get that on out of there. And just follow the bones. Cut that off. See that? Daggone it. My deer assistant is not with me. So that's one of the sweet loins right there. Alright, now we're going to get this one off. Same thing. Get in there and follow the bone. Sweet one. Alright, now we're going to work on, we get these little flank meat pieces off first. We can use that for burgers, sausage, whatever. Right. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take and cut these ribs right about here, I think. And I'm going to take this section and use it for bone-in chops. Right about there. All the way to that front part. Now I've already got this cut to the spine. So I'm going to let that sit there for a minute and work on this top piece and get that loose first. Get all this junk off. Some of this stuff you can trim afterwards, but I like to trim it while I'm here if I can.
Baller.
Yeah, no. I missed. That happens sometimes. Fat off. Trim all the fat you can off. That's where a lot of your gaminess comes from. Alright, now on the back strap, you want to follow these little backbones and get all the meat you can. Don't want to waste any of this. Great chopped steaks, little roasts. Nice little small piece of backstrap roast here.
All that chutney glaze stuff.
Yeah. Da-na-na-na-na-na. So we got that little nice backstrap roast loose there. Do not fall out the sink. Okay, now I'm gonna saw that rib roast loose. Saw assistant. This one I'm taking the whole backstrap off. I just want the roast on one side.
No, I mean this. I know, that's
I'll get
come
to
off
that.
right.
Alright. This is a little bit easier if you just do the whole backstrap, call it a day. But not as much fun come cook time. Follow the spine. So I like to get all the membrane off I can right there. Biggest thing I tell anybody that hasn't butchered a deer before is just follow the bone. It'll help you take them apart. Now you can get in between all these ribs and get all that little rib meat out. We might do that later, but I'm not going to put that on the video because the video will be long enough as this is. I'll probably fast forward this part. One bone-in roast, which we can French cut later on. All right, now. Yeah, just as well. Oof. All right, there's a bunch of ways to get hindquarters apart. I think the easiest way is to start up at that bone and just kind of follow it. I'll take the hind quarter apart in two pieces. Another person take a hole. That's what the meat hooks. Now this is just rough butchering. Later on, or probably tomorrow after it sits overnight on ice, I'll finish the final butcher and separate all these muscle groups out. Alright, once you get those, work on these again, just following the bone around. Now if you let these hang from this point till you get ready to cut them both loose at the same time, the whole thing won't collapse. But as soon as you cut these tendons right here, this whole thing's on the ground. So try to avoid that until you need to do it. Now we'll come back and get any of the stuff that ended up missing. Like a little piece, for right now, you get the idea. Where bonus things go. Now, don't forget these here. Same thing, follow the bone. There's good meat here. A lot of people leave this on a deer, which I don't understand, because this is good jerky, burger, everything else. It's just a matter of cutting it loose without cutting your thumb off.
Or a kid.
Or your kid's thumb. Kids are tough. Their thumb will grow back a lot quicker than grown-ups.
Cut my other one off twice.
Yeah. And yeah, there's some tendons and sinew in there, but it grinds up just fine. Get that front one, get up in there. Don't waste that meat, guys. That's, you know what, there's 2 or 3 sticks of jerky in there once you grind it up. Easily. Or stew meat or anything else. Get that off of there. Alright, it's a good idea if you have a sink. Rinse everything off real good, get all the hair off of it, give it a good quick soak. And we're going to put this whole thing on ice overnight with the drain open. Drain's open now, the meat's plugging it. Just going to give it a good soak and let it sit on ice overnight to cool off. So that's it. Deer's all cut up. Meat's in the sink. The plug is out. It's all iced down so it can drain. And in the morning, we'll cut it up. So that's all it is to butchering up your own deer. No big deal. Takes less than an hour once you get used to it, including skinning. And everything's done the way you want it. And you know exactly what's going into the deer meat that you keep. So check out some of my other videos while you're here and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.